What's happening, everybody? We welcome you back to another episode of San Diego Prep Insider. And look, if you know that it's a baseball player on the other end, I will do my standard hedging of my bets that this is going to be someone you will play as in MLB The Show within the next 5 to 7 or so years. He laughs, but like it's going to happen. We've already seen it happen out of San Diego because the guys that are getting legitimate hype out of here are real-time players. Jack Haferkamp joining us from Santa Fe Christian, one of the most hyped players other than Marcelo Mayer recently to come out of San Diego. Jack, we joked on the show recently, and thank you very much for being here with us. We joked on the show recently that you are the rebirth of Dave Winfield, even though Dave Winfield's still very much alive. But you are a guy that is potentially going. We joked high school straight to starting for the Padres, but
Yeah.
some real talk about it. So let's start with UC Santa Barbara. That's where you're committed. Then we'll get to the major league stuff afterwards. Why the Gauchos?
Yeah. First off, thanks for having me on. It's good to talk to you and talk baseball. I know you love talking about high school baseball in San Diego, especially. So, UC Santa Barbara, my head coach at Santa Fe Christian played there under the head coach that is still there right now. And then a couple of my assistants at Santa Fe Christian played at UCSB too. So, it's kind of, I started at Santa Fe Christian my freshman year, and they kept on telling me UCSB is the place to go. Like, it's great coaching. And then I went down there for a visit, and I love the campus and I love the beach, and it's pretty close to home. So that was a good plus. And also, it's just a winning culture over there, and they know how to develop players. And if I don't go to the league like straight away out of high school, I have a good chance to go out of college, is because they know how to develop baseball hitters, and it's just a good environment for me. And I feel really comfortable going there. And hopefully, when I get there, we can win a College World Series.
I suppose that Isla Vista is as close to Del Mar as you can get. Was Santa Barbara, was there always
Yeah.
a dream school? Was Santa Barbara the dream school? Did it take until you got on campus for all things to click? What was the moment like for you when it finally tipped?
Yeah. So I think growing up, my dream school was obviously, everybody, all my friends know this, but my dream school is Florida. And I just went out there, and it was a different vibe. And I'm not sure if I liked it, like the humidity, the heat, being so far away. And I kind of switched my focus to being around SoCal, and I found the Gauchos, which was a great spot for me. And obviously, it's a great academic school, which my family loves. And I'm really looking forward to going there and being close to the beach, and going to play a game, and then maybe hitting the beach for some spike ball later. So that's gonna be fun.
Ooh, okay. If not baseball, are we talking that spike ball would be your Division I sport? Are you that good?
Yeah, I mean, my friends probably say I'm not the best because I just don't go as hard as them sometimes because they have nothing to lose. But I definitely got some good spikes in there. If they set
Oh,
me
so
up,
that's what I'm saying.
I'll get you running. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If you put baseball away and you switched full time to commit
Oh,
yourself to spike ball, like you would be the most dominant at SFC. Yes.
oh, 100%. If you give me training right for spike ball, I'll be locked in over there. So
There you go. Cue the training montage for the next couple weeks. You talked about if you
yeah.
go to the league straight out of high school. I don't want to say, hey, like if your top 3 draft picks are like just kind of all of the specifics of it aside, just in general, every
Mm.
kid always dreams of making the major leagues, and it's starting to become a real conversation for you. What is this like experiencing this?
Yeah, it's a dream since I was a kid, and I'm very blessed for this opportunity to have a bunch of professional scouts at my games. And then over the summer, this is where I really blew up, and I got to play in a bunch of scouts and a bunch of big league stadiums. And I played on TV one day with the Perfect Game All American Classic, and I played in front of a bunch of fans. And now I have my own baseball card. I have 2 baseball cards out there that fans could buy. And I kind of got the experience of being like a top player in the country with going to all these events and getting all the media attention, and making autographs, signing autographs for kids and fans. And it's just a cool experience. And I'm really looking forward to the future with all that, because I really enjoy it.
Do you remember who you signed your first autograph for?
Yeah, so it was at the Perfect Game All American Classic, and I was in the dugout like waiting to go hit BP or something, but the fans were allowed to come in. And I don't know if you know about the Perfect Game All American Classic, but it's like the McDonald's All American Game for basketball, and it's a huge event, and a lot of fans were there. So the fans were there early for pregame BP, and this older guy, he called me over, Jack, come over here. I want you to sign my card. And I came over there and he like made a card for me, a baseball card for me. And that weekend I signed a bunch of autographs and I wasn't really used to it, but it was a really cool feeling because I dreamt of that as a kid.
Kind of that surreal, overwhelming moment. I
Yeah.
This is not me bragging. Once you hear the end of the story, the closest I ever came is I got asked for an autograph once, but it was by a 10-year-old who had mistaken me for Garrett Cole. And the look of horror on his dad's face when he was like, "That's not Garrett. Like, Garrett's the one next to him." And I was like, "It's okay. It happens all the time." I tried to make myself feel better. The kid was not
Yeah,
interested in my autograph immediately afterwards and pivoted all of his attention over to Garrett. So I came
that
close to giving
happens.
out. Yeah, no, not often, just only to me. But no, that's awesome though. You're signing autographs. You're at the perfect game. Let's talk though about SFC. This season, you guys seem to be in the conversation. I never want to say anybody's a favorite because baseball is just a finicky thing that you get hot, you get cold. Like we saw
100%.
Sage Creek last year as a 12 seed win 7 straight road games for a championship. But you guys seem to be having a pretty good year so far. Take us inside the dugout in the clubhouse.
Yeah, so it's a really close group because I've talked to you about this a little before, but we went to the Dominican Republic as a team about a week or two before the season for a week out there on missions trip, and we played baseball every day. And spending 24 hours with your teammates, and that's really where you get to learn about them and know about them and grow as a team. And I think there we got really close. And obviously, the talent level of this year's team is really special as we got a couple guys looking to go Division 1 baseball and a really talented group of juniors. So it feels great to have a bunch of people that are really talented around me and make me not have a lot of pressure on me to like hit a couple bombs this game because I know my teammates will come through. So it's really good. It's a good start to the year, and we're looking forward to the league and the playoffs. Because as my 4 years at Santa Fe Christian, I've never won a playoff game. Technically, we've never been in the playoffs. We've just been in the play-in games. So I just don't like that feeling, and I'm looking forward to a long playoff run.
Looking to get that voodoo off of you. But tell me more about that
Yeah.
Dominican Republic trip. That has to like, I mean, you hit it on the head that was probably great bonding for you guys, but that also just had to
Hmm.
be kind of eye opening in general as an experience. What were some of your other takeaways from that?
Yeah, it's we're so blessed out here in San Diego and California, and obviously I go to Santa Fe Christian, a nicer private school out here in San Diego, and they really don't have much out there. And I'll give you a little story. One of the nights we were coming home off the bus, and there was a bunch of kids in the street like coming up to us like Americans, like wanting to hang out, but we had to go inside to have dinner. And I went upstairs and I got a couple clothes and a couple socks, couple pairs of socks because they don't really have much down there. And I went outside and all the Dominican kids were outside waiting for us to come back out to play with us, for us to give them stuff. And I gave them a couple pairs of socks, a couple pairs of shirts, and I've never seen them so happy for a pair of socks. And it was just a cool experience to see that they're so grateful for literally anything they could get. And it was just really an eye-opening experience for me and especially the whole team.
Kind of helps you guys appreciate some of the nicer things that you come back home to in life.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
really awesome that you
100%.
guys got that chance to go on there, and it's great that the school would help organize that. You
Hmm.
mentioned some of the junior class. It also seems like you guys have some freshmen that are coming together. It seems like the team is all clicking so far
Yeah.
well this season. What's the secret? Because I feel like sometimes baseball teams, like they can practice, they're good at pitching. Like they're also saying like it's good because we all go play Call of Duty together, or we all hang out and shoot pool, or we all go to the barbecue. Like, what's the secret sauce for this year's team in terms of just the chemistry and keeping it loose?
Yeah, I think just talking to each other like outside of school and outside of practice. Like we always have a team pasta night Wednesday nights, and there we go in the hot tub and we talk about each other's weeks, and then we get excited for the upcoming games. And also, I think when we lost a couple games early in the season because we were just a little tense, and we played some of the bigger teams, and we were a little tight. And I think this week at the Lions tournament, we went 4-0 and we won that tournament. And everybody was loose there, and we were enjoying it. I was dancing pregame, everybody was dancing with me, and I think that's just how you play better. Honestly, you just
Oh,
gotta
okay. What
loosen
what
up.
what kind of dancing are we talking about here?
I don't even know what I do. I'm not the best dancer, but anything to do to make the team loosen up.
Are
We played
you
some.
are you able to step back 4 or 5 feet right now from the camera and give us a little sampler of any of the signature moves, or are these trade secrets that can only be seen come game day?
Come game day, you come out there and watch a game. You'll see me dance before the game. Just
Okay.
the Dominican music. We
Oh,
got
oh,
to put
I was
on
gonna
some
say, can we
Dominican music.
request a
Yeah,
little
yeah, yeah.
salsa or something? A little. Okay, fair enough. We will
You come outside a game, you'll see me dancing
deal.
pregame.
There you go, folks. We will have it. The next SFC game, we will be out there to get it on the Instagram
Mm.
to see Haferkamp dance. Who knows?
Yep.
I said MLB the show. Maybe we're talking to a future contestant on Dancing with the Stars after his major league career is over.
You never know.
You never know, man. All right, so it's a loosey goosey season. Let's
Mm.
talk about what's left for you guys. If you had to say like one series to come out to for everybody, because we're headed into league play, who's either the rival, who are you looking forward the most to, or who would you say, hey, everyone, if you get a chance, this is the series to come check out?
Yeah, so La Jolla Country Day, that's the big rival at Santa Fe Christian, and everybody knows that. They've dominated us the past 3 years that I've been here, and we're looking to change that this year. Also, they got a lot of Division 1 commits on that team, so the talent level at those 3 games will just be off the charts, and it'll be a really fun series to watch, especially if you're a San Diego high school baseball fan.
You talk about that high level of talent. We were talking about this a little bit before the show. You're somebody who, like you said, has played in the perfect game. You have been on fields where it's everybody here is going somewhere to some degree. That also kind of exists though in San Diego high school baseball in a way that you don't see it in football or basketball or any of these other sports here, where a team will have one commit or two D2 commits or something like that. You're going to have to run into some teams here in San Diego that are 4,
Mm.
5, 6, 10 deep on college commits. What kind of a grind is that for a hitter like you, knowing that every game you're going to get every pitcher's best all season long, and there's not even really like a break for you? You got to just be keeping on your best game all season. What's
Yeah, so I love it. I honestly love to compete, and knowing that I'm going to go play college baseball at a high level next year, I know it's going to come, and maybe minor league baseball, like that good pitching is going to be there every day. So I love
so
competing
you
and
you
getting
never
better.
just you never just crave a 68-mile-an-hour mothball down the middle. You're never just
No,
like,
I
what I would give for one of those right now.
no, I'm a competitive guy. I like the guys that are better and they try and challenge me because that's more fun and that's how I'm going to get better in the long term. But if you throw a 68 out there, I'll definitely take a hack or two and lick my chops a little bit.
Where does that fire come then for you? What's the motivation? Where do you draw on? What is your motivation to have that competitive edge?
Yeah, I think my mom instilled the motivation in me. She works so hard every day, and she just gave that to me at a young age. And my dream has always been to play professional baseball, and just knowing that you get 1% better every day, it it feels great. And I need to go to sleep every night knowing that I got 1% better every day. So that's just how I'm gonna get there to where I want to be.
There you go, championship mindset. Last thing I'll ask, and you may have already touched on this in terms of wanting to get those playoff wins, but I like to ask
Mhm.
seniors, what is the legacy that you or your senior class want to leave behind for your program and at your school?
Yeah, I just want to leave the baseball program at a good spot. So they'd keep competing in the playoffs. They keep going, and our goal this year is state. And I just hope we could bring a state championship to Santa Fe Christian because in the baseball side of things, I don't think they've ever had that, and it's
No,
just a leg.
granted, it's only been
Have
around
they?
for a couple of years. No, the state
Yeah.
championship's only been around for a couple of years, but you guys have
Oh,
not won
really?
one yet, so it would be a first.
Yeah. That's really what our seniors want to do, and that's really what I've wanted to do for so long. And high school baseball was also another dream of mine growing up, and I love watching Spencer Jones at LCC, Mickey Moniak at LCC. I loved watching all these guys, and I just knew I was going to get there one day at a big stage on high school baseball, and that's what I want to do. I want to win a championship.
Those are two very specific throwbacks to La Costa Canyon superstars of your middle school, elementary school era. Like how old were you watching them?
Yeah, I was middle school, elementary school. My brother actually played with Spencer Jones. He went to LCC, so he played with him his sophomore year. So I'd go to his games, and it was cool. And also watching Mickey Moniak and all the people watching his games, and it was a great experience for me to learn.
Yeah, Mickey Moniak and Spencer Jones, two of the guys that had smoother swings that then all of a sudden you just turned out and you watch and the ball's like 390 feet away and you're like, did not think he got all of that. And wow, that's gone. And
Hmm.
again, you mentioned just kind of to tie it all, and you mentioned Country Day always being a hard one to get over. I'll never forget Mickey Moniak's career almost ended in the playoffs with Country Day throwing a no-no against him, except that at the very end in the seventh, Mickey goes yard, and then LPC ends up winning it in a crazy one. So
Oh,
definitely
that's
some
cool.
greats to draw upon. Yeah, the memories are kind of just flooding back. That was like I think first year that we were a show, so I was very much enamored with Mickey and the thinking of wow, this is so much more fun to cover than football. We're really bad at it as a city.
Yeah,
Jack,
yeah.
thank you so much for being on with us. Best of luck the rest of this season. We're going to absolutely come out and see those dance moves. We're going to keep celebrating all your Haferkamp Jacks. Thank you for everything you've done for San Diego, and thank you for representing at the next level. Have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon, sports fans.